folks, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our comic for today is Usagi Yojimbo, Ice and Snow, issue 5 by Dark Horse. Now, there is fighting, killing, a bit of violence, and demons in this one. So, if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, here's the team. And finally, I'm at the last issue of this mini-series. I will say this did not go as I thought it would. Alright, so we start with two villagers, an old couple. They're eating dinner, dinner, and complaining about how they're all hungry and the village doesn't have food. This is that village that Usagi and Yukichi were almost to in the end of issue 4. And then they hear knocking, and they think, oh, who could it be? We're all family in the village. People just walk inside, they don't knock. So the husband goes to open the door, and it's Usagi and Yukichi, and they're exhausted, they need food, shelter, warmth. So they just collapse in. Then later, they're sleeping. The couple looks at them, and the elder of the village bursts through the door. Comes in. And he's like, "Who are these? These are samurai." They tell him they came in. Looks like they're after a battle. They ate all our food and went to sleep. He wants to, maybe check them for injuries, but then Usagi, what do you call it? Instinctively, he already pulls out his sword. He's preparing for an attack. So the elder's like, okay, let's let them sleep. Then the next day, Yukichi wakes up and Usagi is sitting with the elder. Then he tells them what happened. And then another villager runs in and tells him, we found three more people, three more samurai. They also need help. One of them fell into a river and almost drowned. So what do we do? The elder says, I'll go talk to them, and Usagi suspects that those might be the three from the gang that Jai had. They took over to chase after Usagi. So they go. As they come through the door, the three bandits, they demand, they'll say, oh, did you bring more food? We're hungry, and it better not be gruel. It's just porridge. Because where the village is, they don't have, they can't grow crops well enough. And the husband and the wife talk about how he'll go for a hunt with the villagers when the comic first starts. So Usagi tells the elder, I'll talk to them. And he tells them, we will all, rest. He tells them, we better not be planning to steal anything from these villagers. And one of them, the one that looks like a goat, says, no, we decided to change our lives after what happened to our fellow bandits. We're going to live honestly from now on. And Usagi's like, all right, then after we've eaten and rest, we will leave. But you will leave first, and we'll leave after you. Usagi's just being sure they won't do anything. As Hikichi are leaving, one of the bandits asks, are we going to change? And the goat guy says, no, of course not. We don't know how to do anything else. We'll come back after they leave and steal everything the villagers have. Usagi and Yukichi go again to the elder and telling him, don't worry, everything will be fine. We'll leave, all of us will leave soon. Then night falls. Usagi and Yukichi are sleeping. The old couple is looking outside the window. It's the full moon. And they suddenly transform to, to cat demons. I'll leave the name here. I think it was Tomokai, or I'm probably mispronouncing that. But yeah, it's cat demons. And then they're like, "Oh, I'm so glad." The husband says, "I'm so glad I won't have to go and hunt outside in the snow. The cold hurts my joints." They're approaching Usagi and Yukichi, but then Usagi wakes up and sees them. He's like, "Whoa, what?" Pulls out his katana and yells to Yukichi. They fight the old couple and kill them. Before that, Usagi chops up the husband's hand. And Usagi's like, they're so. And now Usagi, Yukichi's like, they're so ghastly. What are they? And Usagi tells him they're these demon cats. And then they hear a scream, and Yukichi says, "But wait, how they managed to live in this village and no one noticed them?" And then after they hear the scream, they're like, "Oh, the three bandits." They go up, they open the door and shock. The entire village is demon cats. Well, that's how no one noticed, because all of them are like that. And then Usagi and Yukichi start fighting all of them. It's really, it's not a big village. It's not that many people, but still, they fight through everyone, and the only one that's left is the elder, and he obviously is very upset because they killed his whole family. Yeah, like I said in the beginning, they were all related. And then he transforms even more. Instead of just his eyes and teeth and claws different, his whole body turns into a demon cat. He says, "I was the first and the strongest." So he charges at Usagi and Yukichi. They fight him and manage to kill him. And then they're looking at the body, and they're like, "Oh, the bandits." They run to the hut where the bandits were, but they've all been killed, all three of them. And Yukichi says horrible, and Usagi's like, "What a shame. Just when they were about to start honest lives. I guess that wasn't their karma." Well, they weren't about to start honest lives, and, they got their justice, I suppose. And that's it. Usagi and Yukichi get out of the village. Yukichi said, "We need to get out of this village." And Usagi says, "And away from these mountains." And that is it. That's where the story ends. Right, so cover I got for the fifth issue. I got the Stan Sakai. And this time I got the correct one. I mean, yeah, correct. I got the A cover like I usually do. In issue 4, I accidentally got the B cover. Yeah, you see the werecats. Very nice. I like how it's black there. Okay, just a moment. I glued together a bit. Sorry, one sec. And here's the couple, the husband and wife. They're complaining about the food. They live in such a cold place. It's no wonder not much grows there. Which is an interesting placement because they also probably don't get many victims they can hunt for due to how cold it is. You see? And their Usagi and Yukichi are knocking. Oh, all right. So as I said in issue 4, this is how I thought this would end. I just thought after issue 3 that there would probably just be a final battle, and that's how the story was going to end. So it would be split. The battle would start in the 4th issue, and then end in the 5th issue. That's how I thought it would go. And then the battle started and ended in issue 4. Jai was swept away by the river. And, and then this one, where it's still part of it, but this one's like called The Village. Yeah, I mean, when you open the first page. So yeah, that was surprising. I guess maybe it was to show more of how creepy this mountain is. And then they have just one demon, the snow demon lady. It had the demon cats as well. Let me read to you what they're called. I would have left it here earlier, but still. Um, Nekomata. There we go. Nekomata. That's what they're called. So yeah, I didn't think there would be well, this part in the story. After Jai, they would just that's it. That's where it would have ended. And it honestly could have ended there, really. Just with Yokichi and Usagi going onward to find shelter. I guess Stan Sakai wanted to add more of a conclusion, and for some reason, feature three of the bandits, because it was the one that fell into the river and almost drowned, and the two friends of his that helped him out. So yeah, I'm a bit confused of why the ending was written like this. Just the way it was going could have ended there on issue 4. And I suppose you got more action and fighting that way. But overall, this has been a nice story. Got to see Jai and his niece and know about them. Again, I'm confused about the continuity because this came out right not that long ago, but in the and spoilers for it's the Where When story. It's where it's Usagi Yojimbo, he meets the turtles again. Yukichi gets killed. And says this follows a continuity. Does this mean that all that's happening now is before that, before Yukichi gets killed? I wish I knew how that worked. As these are all stories before that, or is it after that? Then how would that go if Yukichi died? Yeah, so that's what I'm a little bit confused about. But overall, this has been a nice action-packed story with a lot of fighting and demons and creepy Jai. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. If you're a Usagi Yojimbo fan, I of course recommend this one. Like the rest that I read, it was good. Alright, folks, so that is it. Let me know. Have you read this mini series and what did you think about the story? And remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!